Welcome to Coaching for Creatives with Kirsten. My name is Kirsten Call. I'm a therapist-trained life coach and a children's book author. Together, we'll get the drama out of our lives and onto the page. Let's get started. You are listening to Episode 96, How to Succeed. I was talking to a friend of mine about what it really means to succeed. She referenced a poem written by Bessie Anderson Stanley in 1904. And because it's so insightful, I'm going to read it now. Success. To laugh often and love much. To win respect of intelligent people and the affection of children. To earn the approbation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends. To appreciate beauty. To find the best in others. To give oneself. To leave the world a little better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or redeemed social condition. To have played and laughed with enthusiasm and sung with exaltation. To know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded. So, not everything about this poem ages well, granted. But a surprising amount of things in this poem do age well. And some of the things like laughter have been scientifically proven to make you live longer. But what I love most about this poem is that its definition of success is so different from what many of us learned in our culture in the U.S. We may have consciously or subconsciously learned that success is directly correlated to our accolades or awards or degrees or concrete evidence. So here are some ways to not only redefine success, but also increase the joy in your life. Number 1, ask yourself this question. How do I define success? Is success getting an agent? Is success 1 book, 2 books? Is success about a good job or a house or money? Number 2, if success to you is about money or things or accomplishments, consider redefining success. What if you define success as finding the joyful moments in your day, or living in the moment, or connecting with your people? How would that change your perception of your life? How would that change your to-do list? How would you approach each day? Number 3, find ways to laugh. The first line of Stanley's poem says laugh often. Think about what makes you laugh. What are some things that you can do to laugh more often? Perhaps watch a comedy show or find funny reels, read a funny book, read the comics, watch a funny movie. Spend time playing board games with friends and family. At least at my house, a lot of our game time involves laughter. This is success. Number 4, find ways to love. The second concept in the poem says to love much. How do you love much? What can you do to show and feel more love in your life? Do you need to remind yourself to call your parents? Perhaps checking in with children or friends by text or FaceTime? Or you could be really old school and write an actual note and send it in the mail. Who doesn't love getting mail? Think about people who you want to show your love to and what they see as love. Also, put it in your calendar for you to do those things. We've talked about the book, The 5 Languages of Love, on this podcast. But it's such an important concept. We tend to love people the way we want to be loved instead of the way they want to be loved. So figure out the love languages of your loved ones. In the book, Gary Chapman talks about 5 specific love languages: physical touch, quality time, service, words of affirmation, and gifts. And once you know your loved one's favorite ways of receiving love, do those things. Shower them with their kind of love. This is success. Number 5, appreciate beauty. This is another concept in the poem that brings me so much joy. Almost every day I take a walk in nature, and every time I walk, I see beauty. There's a great blue heron who greets me almost every walk. Yesterday, I saw 2 pileated woodpeckers. So when you're out in nature, notice the beauty. Notice the sun filtering through the trees, the water rippling under the boardwalk. In the marsh that I walk on almost daily, today there was ice, and the ice was beautiful. There's so much beauty in our lives that we don't notice because we're used to it. Have you ever noticed that if you have a painting or a picture you really love and you hang it in your home, that the more you're exposed to it, the less you notice it? We don't notice the beauty until we're really intentional about it. So Take a walk in your house or outside your house, searching for beauty. You will find it, guaranteed. This is success. Number 6, find the best in others. This is the next phrase in the poem that is so true. Success is finding the best in others. And I would add finding the best in yourself too. Noticing when they do well, noticing when you do well, finding their strengths, finding your strengths, and using your strengths for good. This is success. Number 7, leave the world a little better. Another great line in the poem. How do we leave the world a little better? The poem says through a healthy child, a garden patch, a redeemed social condition. There are boundless ways to leave the world a little better. Even smiling at a stranger makes the world a better place. This is success. Number 8, allow yourself to play. Again, the poem says to play with enthusiasm. I think as adults, we sometimes forget how to play and how to be silly. And I love the idea of success being about playing with enthusiasm. Granted, as a children's book author, I may have retained more of my silliness than others. I mean, how many people spend their time with punny talking animal characters? But find something that feels really fun. It might be pickleball or Scrabble or an invigorating game of ping pong. You might just need to turn up the music and dance. This is success. What kind of play will fill your soul with light and joy? Ask yourself, what makes your heart sing? Singing leads me to number 9, which is sing. The poem says to sing with exaltation. Exaltation is extreme happiness. Singing is actually therapeutic, and singing with joy even more so. So give yourself permission to sing out loud, even if you don't sing on key. Singing for joy is the kind of success we can create for ourselves. Number 10, help others. The last line of the poem says, to know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. What small kindness can you do right now? What small kindness can you do this week? Is it a smile, a hug, a text, a call, a letter, a loaf of bread, sharing an article or poem, sharing a meme or reel? Perhaps you can go on a walk with a neighbor, or make a special meal for your family, or listen to someone, or be a shoulder to cry on. When we intentionally think about how to help others, we end up helping ourselves. This is true success. So, as you find yourself failing to meet your very high standards of success, remember the poem we just discussed. Redefine success in your mind. Try doing some of the things we explored today. Remember, success lives in the neighborhood of failure. And I'll be honest, to me, if you're listening to this podcast today, you've already succeeded. Until next time, keep smiling. If you like what you've heard, check out my Get Yourself Unstuck program. Go to KirstenCall.com. That's KirstenCall.com and schedule a free consultation today. Coaching for Creatives is produced by Kirsten Call. Music and audio engineering by James Call.